Hello and welcome to That Was Golf. My name is Calum MacVicar. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the Weekly Review. Each week we take a look back at the previous week's golfing highlights from the men's and women's golf tours from around the world. We start this week on the TGL, where it was semi-finals week held at the SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, USA. Jupiter Lynx defeated Boston Common to book their place in the TGL Season 2 finals, winning 9-5 in their match. A fairly closely contested match during the triples, Jupiter Lynx showed their prowess in the singles, wrapping up the match with one hole left to play. Joining Jupiter in the finals will be LA Golf Club, who beat last season's winners Atlanta Drive 6-4. Atlanta looked to be well in control of the match, going 4-1 up after the first 6 holes of play. That was to be the end of Atlanta's points for the night as LA went on to dominate the singles, winning 5 points across the next 9 holes and seeing off the defending champs. The final between Jupiter Lynx and LA Golf Club will be played over the 23rd and 24th of March, with a third round played if the scores are tied. On the Hotel Planner Tour, it was a co-sanctioned event with the Professional Golf Tour of India. The DP World PGTI Open, held at the Classic Golf and Country Club in Gurugram, Haryana, India. Winning here was MJ Duffy. On his way to his second win on the Hotel Planner Tour, MJ Duffy shot a course record-breaking score of 61, 11 under par at the Classic Golf and Country Club in Gurugram. Despite his early hot start, Duffy would only finish one shot clear of 2 players in second place, Saptak Talwar and Jared Hack, who sit first and second respectively on the PGTI Order of Merit for the season. The win sees Duffy move to third on the Hotel Planner's Road to Mallorca Season's Order of Merit. Final top 10 in India was first place on 21 under and winning the tournament, MJ Duffy. Tied second on 20 under, Saptak Talwar and Jared Hack. Solo fourth on 19 under was Lucas Nemets. Solo 5th on 18 under was Sebastian Friedrichsen. Tied 6th on 16 under was Adam Wallin, Yuvraj Sandhu and Lorenzo Scalisi. And tied 9th on 15 under was Aaron Zemmer, Yannick De Bruyne and Ravi Kumar. On the Epson Tour, it was the Orlando Health Championship, held at Grasslands Golf and Country Club, Lakeland, Florida, USA. Winning here was Maddie McRae. Maddie McRae impressively shot rounds of 70, 66 and 68 at the par 72 Grasslands Golf and Country Club course for a total of 12 under par to win the tournament without a single bogey on her scorecard for all 3 rounds. The flawless victory sees her jump from 60th to 2nd in the Race for the Card Epson Order of Merit standings. On the LIV Golf League, it was the LIV Golf South Africa, held at the club at Stein City in Johannesburg, South Africa. Winning here was Bryson DeChambeau. LIV's first foray into South Africa proved to be a memorable one, with over 100,000 in attendance across the 4 days of competition. The fans were treated to some incredibly high scoring and competitive golf on the team front and on the individual front. Bryson DeChambeau led wire to wire, his long drives coupled with the ball travelling further in the high altitudes of South Africa, making scoring opportunities aplenty. He finished the tournament on 26 under par. DeChambeau was however caught up on the final day by Jon Rahm, whose fantastic bogey-free 8 under par put him equal with Bryson and into a playoff. All of Rahm's final day momentum ran dry unfortunately when Bryson rocketed a huge fairway wood some 300 yards onto the par 5 playoff hole, giving him an easy 2-putt for birdie and sealing victory over Rahm, who could only make par. For the many South African fans in attendance hoping to see a home win for their Southern Guards team, those hopes were dashed late on by DeChambeau's Crusher GC, who had a combined score of 76 under par and narrow 1 shot ahead of the Southern Guards on 75 under par. On the Gira de Golf Profesional Mexicana, it was the 8th Copa Prisca, held at the Club Campestre de Puebla in Puebla, Mexico. Winning here was Emilio Lopez. Recording 3 successive rounds of 67, 5 under par for a total of 15 under, Emilio Lopez claimed his first title on the Gira de Golf Profesional Mexicana. In a tightly packed top 5, he finishes 1 shot ahead of Roberto Lebrija in second place, and 2 shots ahead of Juan Camilo Vesca and Marcelo Garza in tied third. The win sees the Puebla local move up to 27th in the season's Order of Merit. On the Ladies European Tour, it was a co-sanctioned event with the Women's PGA Tour of Australasia. The Australian WPGA Championship held at Sanctuary Cove Golf and Country Club in Hope Island, Queensland, Australia. Winning here was Hannah Green. Continuing her excellent run of form, Hannah Green claimed back-to-back wins on home soil with a comfortable 4-shot lead over Alexandra Forsterling and Cassandra Alexander, finishing on a score of 16 under par with rounds of 65, 67, 67 and 69. Green becomes the first Australian ever to win 3 times in a row across multiple tours, winning the HSBC Women's World Championship on the LPGA and the Women's Australian Open on the LET in her last 2 previous starts. On the PGA Champions Tour, it was the Cologuard Classic held at La Paloma Country Club in Tucson, Arizona, USA. Winning here was Stephen Alker. New Zealander Stephen Alker gained his 11th win on the PGA Champions Tour, beating Padraig Harrington across one playoff hole with a birdie. Despite a slow start of 71 even par in round 1, Alker went on to fire rounds of 62 9 under and 65 6 under for a total of 15 under par for the tournament. The win sees Alker move up 58 places in the Schwab Cup standings to 4th place for the season. On the PGA Tour, it was the Valspar Championship held at the Copperhead course at Innisbrook Resort and Golf Club, Palm Harbor, Florida, USA. Winning here was Matt Fitzpatrick. After narrowly missing out on the Players last week when he made bogey on the 18th to lose, Fitzpatrick's fortunes were reversed this week as he made a birdie on his final hole of play to secure a 1-shot lead over David Lipsky in 2nd place. The win, which is Fitzpatrick's 3rd on the PGA Tour, sees the Englishman move up to 3rd in the FedEx Cup standings and into 6th on the official World Golf Rankings. Final top 10 in Florida was 1st place on 11 under and winning the tournament Matt Fitzpatrick, solo 2nd on 10 under David Lipsky, solo 3rd on 9 under Jordan Smith, tied 4th on 8 under Xander Schauffele, Marco Penge and Sanjay Im, and tied 7th on 7 under was Emiliano Grillo, Stephen Yeager, Patrick Cantlay and S.H. Kim. On the JLPGA, it was the V-Point and SMBC Ladies Golf Tournament, held on the Sumeri course at the Purple Country Club in Noda City, Chiba Prefecture, Japan. Winning here was Ritsuko Kasa. The JLPGA once again saw windy conditions and a testing course, giving way to not many scoring opportunities for the field. Only 4 players finished the round under par, with Ritsuko Kasa being the lowest and winning the tournament on 3 under par. The win sees her move to 5th on the season's order of merit, claiming her first points of the season after 3 events played. On the DP World Tour, it was a co-sanctioned event with the China PGA. The Hainan Classic held across the Blackstone and Vintage courses at Mission Hills Golf Club in Hainan, China. Winning here was Jordan Gumberg. American Jordan Gumberg is a 2-time winner on the DP World Tour, thanks to a 19 under par wire-to-wire total and a 1-shot lead over Jorge Campillo, who finished solo 2nd on 18 under. In a closely fought contest that saw Gumberg and Campillo both start the final round on 17 under par, the American winner opened with rounds of 8 under 64 and 6 under 66, followed by weekend rounds of 3 under 69 and a final 2 under 70 on his way to victory. A huge moment early on in the season for the man who only sealed his tour card for this year's DP World Tour season, with a hole-out eagle on his 72nd hole of his final tournament on last year's regular season. Lastly this week we head to the LPGA, where it was the Fortinet Founders Cup held at Sharon Heights Golf and Country Club in Menlo Park, California, USA. Winning here was Hyo Joo Kim. South Korean Hyo Joo Kim held off fierce competition from world number 2 Nelly Korda, securing a wire-to-wire victory on a total of 16 under par, 1 shot clear of Nelly in solo 2nd. A round 1 bogey-free 63 9 under par set Kim on her way to victory, but roller coaster rounds of 70, 66 and 73 would follow. Despite the amount of bogeys throughout her rounds, Kim always managed to find a way to bounce back with birdies and made some crucial putts for par saves in her final round. This is Kim's 8th win on the LPGA Tour, a very accomplished trophy cabinet along with her 14 wins on the Korean LPGA Tour. Final top 10 in California was 1st place on 16 under and winning the tournament Hyo Joo Kim, Solo second on 15 under, Nelly Korda. Tied third on 11 under was Jin Hee Im and Se Young Kim. And tied fifth on 10 under was Carla Tejedo Muley, Nasa Hatuaka, Miyu Yamashita, Gabby Lopez, Minji Lee, Hiran Ryu, and Cassie Porter. And for another week, that was golf. Thank you so much for listening in to this episode. If you like what we do here at That Was Golf, be sure to follow us on our socials and also subscribe to the podcast to stay up to date with all future episodes released every Tuesday, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.